Check, check, check. Good morning. December 4th. December 4th of 2020. Friday, December 4th of 2020. Another crazy week. Alright, so where do I start at? It's been a pretty decent week for me. Could have been better. But I had one day. Like I said, before I get into that, I guess I should. I hate to do this, but you know, such is life. But life changes. I'm gonna have to start doing these live streams in the afternoon. So we'll have to start doing power hour live streams. Because my wife went back to work. Therefore, in the mornings during this time, I will be taking my daughter to school. Blah, blah, blah. Helping her, doing all that stuff. So in the afternoons, while they're at daycare, then I can, while my kids are at daycare, I can do the live stream. So I'm either thinking Wednesday live streams or Friday live streams. Since I'll be here by myself, I may end up doing more actually. Power hour live streams. Anyways, so this week, let's see what EVK happened. Let's see what happened with EVK. EVK was a big squeezer yesterday. Looks like it just faded off. There was no. So I caught some long here. I'm thinking EVK. So you see it, you know, it did the old dip and rip. It faded off at the open. It found some support, and then it ripped. Now I didn't catch this initial move. I was doing other stuff, but I noticed it later in the afternoon when it was holding VWAP. I was buying down here, and then I was selling into this rip towards high a day. When it couldn't get through, I just sold the rest and got out. And then so today I'm thinking that PPSI might be it might be today's EVK. PPSI. So this is a junk stock. It's got a history of failed spikes. These one-day spikes. So it's gapping up. So it's gapping up here near the near this prior resistance from about a week and a half ago or so. So I'm thinking that maybe, and PPSI, what's the float on PPSI? So you got a low float, 3 million. Just before the live stream started, I did take a short on it at 524. So I'm looking to cover into a dump right at the open. And then maybe if it can find some support, like EVK did, maybe we buy it off a key support level, and then we can get a rip through high a day, or at least a test of high a day. So right now it's starting to dump a little bit. Maybe I'll cover some here. I will cover some here actually. So covered some there at 505. I was also short BLNK overnight, but I took those profits because I was expecting a gap down. So it had this morning spike and then the bounce. I shorted this bounce, covered into this flush, and then re-shorted near VWAP right here. And now I was expecting a gap down. And it may still go lower and it may flush, but when I didn't get this immediate gap down, I just took the rest of my profits. And we'll see what it does. It may spike a little bit. Maybe I could re-short the spike. I'm not sure. I don't know. If you look at the daily chart on this, I mean, it's kind of mid-range. So it could keep bouncing and then roll over, or it just might roll over here and fade. It is December, and so in December, oh, good morning, Bison. What's up, brother? In December, you have a lot of investors that, for tax purposes, will sell their positions for tax reasons, and then re-enter those positions at the beginning of the year, which some people call it the January effect. You know, get a lot of buyers coming in the January effect, and with that in mind, January effect, just the mindset of January effect, and a lot of people know about the January effect. That causes like a self-fulfilling self-fulfilling prophecy, and so people tend to buy a lot in January. So we might get a lot of selling on some of these names that have been high flyers and that have been multi-day runners. So, but like I said, I hope BLNK bounces more so we get some more meat on the bone. And because my original plan with BLNK was to fade it for multiple days, but it's not gapping down the way I hope, so I just got out. I really don't like holding stocks overnight that much, because my biggest losses have come from holding stocks overnight. Along with, I was probably making multiple other mistakes too also. But crazy stuff happens overnight. Big gaps, big squeezes, and yeah. So right now, PPSI is my only position, and PPSI. We should go through some of the other. There's PPSI. HG. Wow, it really gave it back. HGSH. Man. So this gapped. I think it gapped up yesterday afternoon. I haven't read the news on it yet. I didn't get a whole lot of pre-market prep done. Let's see here. So it gapped up yesterday afternoon, and it's bouncing off the support it put in yesterday afternoon. And we're getting more downside on PPSI. So I may need to cover some more here. See how well it holds 5. Great to see you back in action. Yeah, I was here last Friday. Bison, I had the coronavirus. Did you know that? But I didn't have that that hard of a time with it. I didn't have that hard of a time with it. I had the coronavirus for it was like 3 days. 3 days was the worst of it. It wasn't that bad for me anyways. My wife ended up getting it. I got it. My infant got it. But my 3-year-old's immune system was, I guess, too strong and rejected it, and she never got it. We had her tested 3 times. She didn't get it. So, yeah. I ended up taking a little time off. I didn't know it at the time, but not the last live stream that I did, but I think it was. I'd have to look. Yeah. I did one on a Wednesday, and I didn't even know it, but I was positive. I felt like shit though during the live stream. And then I tried to do one on Friday, but I was running a fever and felt like crap. Basically, the worst of it was Wednesday, Thursday. I felt the worst. I had a fever. And then Friday, my fever broke later that day. And then Saturday, I felt good. So it wasn't too bad. I'm here for Matt. You're here for a second. My boys have an ortho appointment today, so I'll be leaving. Oh, sweet. I'm glad you're here, Matt. Are you in anything, Matt? Are you trading anything? I did make a swift recovery. I'm glad. I'm 42 years old, so, I mean, it could have been way shittier than it was. So I consider myself lucky. Because a lot of people have a way tougher time with it than I did. So right now, the EV sector is slowing down quite a bit. I mean, that's been the hottest sector the last, few weeks. Every day. That's all I was. Oh, Riot. So Bitcoin is bumping up against its highs. It's up near 20,000. So a lot of the Bitcoin plays have been going. So I played this one yesterday. So you can see Bitcoin. Check out Bitcoin multi-day runner. Okay, I longed it yesterday, and I shorted it. Just a scalp short. So you can see right here, Bitcoin, boom, boom. Okay, I got to my computer in the afternoon. I was a little bit late to the party. Whenever it pulled back, right here, see this? See, it had this, it broke the high right here, and it pulled back. I got a little bit there close at around like 9:45. And then once it got over 950, it really started to go. And I was selling some at 975 and some close to 10. And then when it couldn't get over 10 and keep squeezing, I shorted up here at 10, and then I just covered into this flush. But now it's gapping down. So Bitcoin might be gapping down. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it yet today. So just something to keep in mind is the Bitcoin plays. Blockchain technology. Usually when Bitcoin goes, the blockchain technology stocks go. Fine. Good morning. Matt, you're not in anything. That's awesome. That's good. Especially since you got to take your kids to your ortho appointment. Yeah, I can't really trade for very long today myself. I just bought a new truck yesterday, and so I got to go and get the title out of my safety deposit box, take it down to the dealership, turn that over, and then pick up the truck. And I still got to clean out my car. Are you thinking OEGD play on Riot? What is OEGD? Is that a ticker or is that like an acronym? OEGD. And what does that mean? OEGD. Is that a ticker or is that an acronym? I think it's an acronym. That I don't know. It's like, are you trying to say like LMAO or LOL or SNDO got an offering? Of course they did. What truck did I get? I got a 2019 white Ford Ranger, which I've had Toyotas my whole life. I've always bought Toyotas, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to buy American one time. We're going to try it. But it's really like I guess the previous owner, they had it and they put like a lift kit on it, and they got new rims, and they got these fucking badass tires. It's really nice. It looks super cool. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh wow. I was at the other Ford dealership looking at other Rangers, and then while I'm sitting there haggling with the salesman a little bit, my wife finds this one at another dealership. She's like, look at this one. I was like, oh shit. So then we got out of that one and we went over there, and before I knew it, I was signing paperwork. Yeah, I've been driving. When I had my first kid, I got rid of my old Tacoma. And then after I got rid of my old Tacoma, I bought my wife an Acura with that money, and I've been driving her car. And I hate driving her car. I can't haul anything or do anything. I can't move stuff. So now I didn't want a full-size truck. It's too big, but I need something with a bed. Anyway, so yeah, it's real sporty looking. It's real sporty looking. If I was a bachelor, I would feel like it would get me some pussy. That's how superficial guys think that a vehicle can get them laid. Overextended gap down. That makes perfect sense, Bison. Perfect sense. Riot. Wow, you ain't lying. You're exactly right, Bison. How did I not recognize that on my own? You're exactly right. Overextended gap down. My favorite short setup. But for some reason, I feel like, what is Bitcoin doing right now? Let me look at Bitcoin. We got 1 minute till the market close. Looks like Henry's long AVGR. And he's long PPSI at 450. You know what? PPSI, I would have bought PPSI off 450. But by the time I seen it, it was already up here near 5. So we'll see what happens. It's about to open. Market's about to open. PPSI. Overextended gap down. We'll see if it goes. The red to green on Riot Bison is 966. So we'll see if it gets rejected by the red to green. Cover. Okay, so here we go. PPSI is my main watch right now. So it's holding up right now. I'm waiting for a dump. There, starting to come. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe I'll cover a little more there. Okay, covered some at 590. I should have covered. Looks like I should have covered more. Oh, might start ripping back. I'm covering all of it. I'm out completely at 508. So I made like 20 cents on it. Nothing to write home to mom about, but it looks like it's holding right now, and it looks like it might squeeze. I might reshort a morning spike. There's resistance up at 550 on it. Ooh, I'm glad. What? I didn't cover it all? Oh, I still kept a small piece on accident. Didn't cover it all. That's all right. And it looks like there's no more shares to short. So I tried to reshort up here near 540 because there's resistance on the daily at 550. I hope Henry sold into that little squeeze right there, because this spike may be short-lived. CBDD. I am reading in the chat room that is very I said, is very strong. We'll look at that one here in a second. All right. Riot, should we short that Bison? Dang it, missed it. Should have been shorting into that morning spike near the, right here, this morning spike right here, red to green. I might still short some right here. I hate to chase it down, but 553. Cancel this order. So I'm all out of PPSI now. Overextended gap down. If I do short Riot, I'm going to risk the 960s. Oh, I hate to chase it down like this, but okay, I took a position on Riot. You're right, Bison, overextended gap down, but I hate chasing it like this. I chased it. I really would rather have gotten my short right there near red to green, or yeah, red to green at 966. It rejected it perfectly. Okay, I'm in at, what price am I in at? 948. I'm in at 948. PPSI is holding that $5 mark very well. Man, I kind of want to go long PPSI near 5 and risk $5, but I don't trust it. I mean, I don't trust any of them. Look, there's the flush. There's what I was looking for. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait like 20 minutes or half an hour. We'll see where PPSI puts in some support. Maybe we'll buy it off that support level. So I might re-add to this Riot short. Thank you, Bison. Overextended gap down. How did I not? Why was I not seeing that on my own? I guess I don't really. I guess I didn't consider Riot very overextended, but it is extended. But it's been like, it's been kind of like one big up day, consolidation, another big up day. So I was wanting some real parabolic action on the daily chart to really consider it a overextended gap down. But you're right. I mean, it is extended, and it is gapping down. So we'll see if it finds support right here. HGSH is moving up. It's kind of squeezing off $4. Oh, man. PPSI. So I'm starting to think PPSI, I'm starting to think long a little bit on this dip. Maybe risk low a day. The 480s. But I should wait longer. I'm going to wait longer. I feel like it might dump some more. Or I could dabble and just take a small position on it. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just take a small position. Maybe I won't. I'm going to wait. Need to wait. Okay, Riot's starting to bounce a little bit. So I might look to add here. I'm going to risk 970. I got some here at 963. Okay. But if this thing goes green, I'm not staying in it. I'm not going to get stubborn with this thing if it goes green. And it looks like it wants to go green. I got a stop loss in. Oh. All right, I'm covering. I'm getting out. Well, maybe. Is it going to get rejected at 970? Yeah, it's going green. We got to get out. I'm out. I'm out. So it took a loss there. So I'm even now Well, actually, I'm up $38 from what I lost, from what I made on PPSI and what I lost on Riot. I'm up 38 bucks. Now, PPSI, I'm starting to think long. Okay, I took a partial position on PPSA at 494. And man, Riot, seriously? You're just going to get rejected like that? I may hop back in Riot short again. HGSH is going. All right, I'm back in Riot at 965. It went up for a minute, but then it just got rejected again. So I guess now I'll risk 982. I'm in at 965. And meanwhile, PPSI looks like it wants to go. Maybe. I was wanting more near at 450, but oh wow, HGSH, big slap from 450 down to 4. I don't even think I'm gonna risk, so I'm gonna actually risk 975, 976. Because it's holding up. Doesn't look like it's rolling over on Riot. Meanwhile, PPSI is over 5 now. Damn it. We should have bought some more. PPSI is wanting to squeeze a little bit. Put down a little bit now. Is PPSI going to go? Really? Borrows are pricey at Trade Zero. I'm using E-Trade. They have lots of shares. All right, we're getting a test of 520 here soon. Maybe I should sell some. Yeah, you know what? If the Bison, I agree. If the borrows are kind of pricey right now at Trade Zero with Riot, I mean, it doesn't look like that great of a setup because it looks like it's gonna hold green and keep going. See what everything else is doing. So they were talking about in the chat, they were talking about, which one was it? I think it was a weed play. CBDD. I'll check that one out real fast. CBDD. Oh, well. 0.03. Nah, no thanks. All right, I'm out of Riot. Riot is green. Good thing you didn't do that with Trade Zero. And we are squeezing now on PPSI. A little bit anyways. We're up at the 520s. Maybe I should sell some here. I should sell a little bit here. I'm going to sell some. I don't trust it. Okay, sold some at 520. So made about 25 cents there. There was a lot of resistance on Riot at 10. Might be able to reshort up here near 10. But I really don't like shorting stocks that just go green. Like, whenever they get over that red to green mark, usually you see a squeeze. So, I'm not going to do it. I'll just wait. And we're getting a pullback on PPSI. HGHS. HGSH. Why can't I get that right? So it squeezed up, pulled back. It's kind of consolidating over $4, over 415. All right, PPSI pulling back some. Back to 5. I'm gonna put in an order to buy some more at 503. Right near VWAP. I might not get it. I missed it. Looks like Henry, he said he sold 100 shares of PPSI at 525. He says has a stop loss at 475. That makes sense. I bought DUO, recent runner, long from 750. DUO, DUO. Check that one out real quick. DUO. Long from 750. Nope, it doesn't have any volume. Oh, it's breaking out though on the daily, so I can see why he bought it. It's breaking out on the daily. Yeah, it has a little bit of volume today. A little bit more than normal. Yeah, that could go. DUO. Yeah. Man, that was a runner, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. Been consolidating for a while. Did I get my ad on PPSI? No? Okay, I added some at 510. Kind of want to add more. See if I get my 503 ad. I still got the order out at 503 for an ad. And am I going to get it? Yep, I got it. So I'll probably risk 490, which is probably too tight of a stop loss, to be honest with you. I like Henry's stop loss on PPSI a lot better. But I just don't trust this thing because of the daily chart. I mean, look at this fucking daily. I mean, you know what? If it gets over 550, though, it gets over that pivot point of 550 from the daily, I mean, this thing could really go. It's got a low float. It's a bullshit company. And everybody wants action. All right, I bought some more. At 507, I talked myself into it. I feel like it might get over 550. If it gets over 550, we could potentially get a squeeze up to like $6, $7. Maybe up to, if you look at the daily, 7. I'm thinking 7 would be, I would say, I think would be the highest it would go, but it all depends on the volume. But it's holding up nicely over 5. So it's putting in that support that we were talking about. And it didn't really dip and give it up like EVK did yesterday. I mean, it's putting in the support over VWAP. It just put in a higher low. It gets over the high a day, gets over 550. That'll be good because it's breaking multiple. It's breaking out on multiple time frames. It's breaking the intraday high of 540, and it's breaking the daily high of 550. All right, so now we're getting a squeeze. We're going to get a test towards high day, and I'm going to sell some up here near high day. Okay, tried to get some out at 530. Got taken. Got some out at 530. I only took out a quarter of my position because I think this has a pretty decent shot of getting over 5 over high day. 540. Gets over 540, 550. And it just got slapped down. Come on. So my new risk is probably going to be $5. I'll risk $5. If it doesn't hold over 5, maybe it comes back down here. I might rebuy down here in the 480s if it holds 480s. Come on, hold over $5. It's consolidating. The longer it consolidates over VWAP, the better for us. MCG says PPSI setting up for a squeeze. We'll see if it stays above VWAP. Yes, we will. I'm like 50-50 on what I think it's going to do. Obviously, I hope it's going to squeeze, but it could dump. It might dump. Okay, I got a stop loss in at 498. Because with my position size, I'm not willing to. I mean, 475 I think is a much better stop loss. But if it breaks 5 and it comes down here and tests low a day, I don't want to risk, 25 cents on it. So I'd rather cut it if it breaks 5 and then see how it holds up down here at 480 in the 480s. And if that holds, maybe I'll rebuy in the low 480s and then put in my stop loss at 475. So it's got this nice trend going on it. See a higher low, higher low? You could draw a trend line right there. So it's coiling, and we're going to get a break one way or the other. It's either going to slap down, and we're going to get a big candle down, or we're going to get a squeeze up. And it looks like we might get the squeeze. I'm telling you, once this thing gets over 550, I think we get a real significant push. NEO headed down. BLNK down to 2289. Riot rejected by 10 again. So Riot does not like 10. Here we go. PPSI. Let's do it. The volume's coming in. Come on, squeeze for me. HGSH is about ready to break high a day. BLNK looks like it's about to go red on the day. I should have held my short, but I didn't. I may chase it down right here. Look at that. There we go. Over high a day. Boom. Yes. Okay, I'm going to sell another quarter of my position into this push. Oh, shit. I got to get rid of my stop loss. No, come on. Sell. All right. Got some out at 560. Whoop, whoop. Yes, yes. Oh, I should sell some more. This thing is... All right, I sold some more. 557. Sold some more. We'll see what the spike does. I may add back to my position. We'll let it spike, and then we'll see it when it pulls back, if it tests like the 540 area, 550 area, and we'll see if this, when it puts in another higher low, we'll see how that holds. And when I was selling, I was just about to take a position on BLNK because it's now going red on the day. It just went through green to red. But I might be able to short a bounce. So now PPSI is getting ready to pull back, but we're over 550. So that's really good. We're over 550. And we'll see how 550 holds. It's going to pull back here. I'm looking to add. I'm looking to add back to my position. Now, if it just keeps going straight up, all I'm going to do is I'm going to set my stop loss under the previous low. Well, I don't want to lose that much. So like right on this candle right here, I might set my stop loss. I don't know if I'm going to set it 564. We'll see. We'll see if it keeps squeezing. I don't know. I really want it to pull back to 550 and I want to add. I want it to pull back to high a day, the high a day break. 550, 540, and I want to add some. Henry just said he moved his stop loss to 525. And he says, boom, squeeze, bitch. He sold some PPS at 570. Look at that. We're going to 6. I told you once we got over 550, this thing is going to go. You know what? I shouldn't have been so quick to sell like in the 560s once it got over 550. I mean, I say, okay, once this thing gets over 550, it's really going to keep squeezing, right? But then I sell immediately because, I don't know, you just never know. Ooh, look at that. Woo! So it kind of put in look at it, it put in this doji right here in the 570s and that really started pushing. Maybe I'll set my stop loss under the 560s. God, I want to sell right here at 6, but probably should sell here at 6. I should sell here at 6. I don't know why I didn't. Now it's pulling back. It's pulling back. I want to add really, really bad, but I'm not going to. Matt, you're in at 530, out at 570 in PPSI. You know what? I love how you take profits, Matt. I love how, like, when you get that, you sell into strength. Okay, so is this 530? That's a good entry, Matt. I like that entry because you can see when it was consolidating a review app and it was getting ready, and you see the volume come in. Look at this volume push right there at like 8. Would be 9:50 Eastern Standard Time. You can see it breaking out of this consolidation area and you see the volume come in. Now we're getting a pullback. So here I'm going to add on this pullback. I'll wait. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to add yet. We'll see. Damn it, missed it. I tried to buy it at 575. All right, I just added it. I got executed at 575. It could go a little bit lower. It probably 550 is probably the area that I need to be looking to add, but and I might add more too. 550 is a key number. Look at this daily chart at 550. So we're over that pivot point on the daily chart. We got volume on it. It has news today. I mean, I want to add more because I feel like this is going to hold, and I think we can go to like 6 or 7. I sound like Henry. In at 530, out at 570. Henry says hi. He's at work. Okay, so now we're pulling back some more. A little bit. I think if it pulls back to 550, I've got such a good average right now, and I've already locked in some gains on it, so I can't lose on it. If it pulls back to 550, I think I'm going to add again. Damn, my BLNK, I'm going to regret covering that son of a bitch. I felt like BLNK was going to be a multi-day short, that it was going to fade. But I didn't get my gap down that I wanted, so. It's extended off VWAP too. That's very bullish. It's extended off VWAP. It's pulling back. So, I mean, hell, it may not even pull back to 550. It may just squeeze off of this. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, there it goes. Pulling back a little bit more. All right, I got a buy order at 553. I might take it at 560 here. 557. 560. All right, I tried to take it at 560. Didn't get it. I should have had it at 555. I might still get it though. You know what? If I don't get it and it just goes up without me, oh well. Or it goes up without my ad, oh well. I'll tell you what though, HGSH is looking pretty bullish as well. I mean, look at it's consolidating over VWAP too. Look at that. Putting in the higher lows. It looks like it's about to break high day also. Look at the daily on this. Wow. This thing has very little overhead. This is 52-week highs. So it's just got resistance from the pre-market. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, HGSH. But right now, PPSI, I really want to see a squeeze to 7. Okay, I do have an order in at 556. And look at that. There HGSH. I almost took a position on HGSH just now, but I didn't. I was like, man, this thing's going to pop off and break high a day. But I didn't because I wanted to focus on PPSI. PPSI. All right, looks like I might get an ad here. 550. Maybe. I might take it at 560. Man, HGSH. Ah, Look at that. Break a 450, break a high a day, and now it's going. So now HGSH is getting all the attention. Don't steal PPSI thunder. It's up near the pre-market highs. No shares to short or D-trade on HGSH. Not that I would want to short it right now anyways, but just FYI. Man, big fail on JMIA. Oh, I'm so, but, you know what? My trade idea. Okay, so I got my ad right there. So here's the 550 test. If it can't hold 550-ish, well, really I should give it 540 because that's close near VWAP and that's near her high a day. Yeah, HGSH is squeezing. Missed an opportunity right there. Oh, look at that, buying. Nice entry right there before it broke the 550. Because once it broke the 550, it really started going. All right, so we're getting more pullback here. I might add some more. So now my new average is 547 with all my ads. 547 is my new average with my ads. So right now I'm probably going to risk 540. And it doesn't look like 540 is going to hold. Maybe. I got too bullish on PPSI. I got too stuck in my my belief in my bias that once this thing got over 550, it was going to hold over 550 and it was going to keep squeezing. So that's one thing about trading is that you definitely can't get too stuck into any setup that you think. Nothing's guaranteed, that's for sure. You gotta be willing to let go and adapt and be flexible to the price action. Now, we're still separated off VWAP a little bit. It's testing high a day, so I mean we'll see how this holds. If it breaks the 540 area, I'll just take the 7-cent loss on it. I'll still be up on it because I sold most of my position on the way up. But it doesn't look like it wants to hold. And come on. Giving it up. Okay, I sold right there at into that little pop right here. See, it dipped down. I didn't want to sell into the weakness, so I waited for it to have this little bounce. So I got out at my entry. And then I'm just going to watch it for now. We'll see how it reacts here at VWAP and see what it does. Let's see if it holds over VWAP and it can hold the high day break. Let's see if it can hold over VWAP. I mean, if it can hold over the 530s and consolidate, maybe we can get another push back towards high day. Buying, did you sell? Did you sell some into that squeeze buying? Please tell me you did on HGSH. Maybe up here at 525, that quarter. Look at that, PPSI bouncing off VWAP real nice. Look at that, right? Ended up being a good short after all, Bison. Right up there at $10. It didn't like $10 at all. So far we've had some decent opportunities this morning. We had, right, it was a good short right there at 10. And then PPSI and HGSH. She sold, yeah, she's out at 515. I like that sell. Fantastic. 65 cents, 70 cents on a $4.50 stock. That's a great trade. My goal is to make 10% on any given trade. 10%. That's what I'm looking for. Now, I might... Okay, so we're pulling back here on PPSI. Boom, big dump. I'm glad I got out. Look at that. I almost bought some right there at 530. Super close to buying some. Big dump. Yeah, this thing had a history of one day of failed spikes, so makes sense why it's dumping. I mean, and you know what? It could dump right here and then come back. We don't know. But we caught the big move. And, you know, I tried to get my ad, but it didn't want to hold VWAP. So, you know, still, regardless, it was a good trade. Caught this thing off $5. And, you know, in the pre-market, for any of y'all that were here pre-market, we went over this setup. You know, in the pre-market, I thought it was going to get more of a dump. I was short in the pre-market at 525. And when it was holding here, when it was holding like the 480s and it wasn't continuing to have a downside, more of a dump, I immediately covered my short. And then it put in this support. You can see it put in this double bottom here in the 480s. And I got some at, I think it was 590 or 494. And then I added on this little pullback here to VWAP at like 505, 504, 506, something around there. And then we caught this squeeze off VWAP. Boom. I got a little bit greedy because I wanted it to keep going. So I tried to add, but at least I got those shares out for break even. Now, it could hold this right here. I mean, it could hold this $5 area and come back later today. I don't know. We'll have to check it come power hour. HGSH, man, that was a nice... I missed that. Look at that buy. It has the pullback, and then boom. See, this is what I was hoping was going to happen with PPSI. I was hoping for the pullback to like the 550s, 560s, 570s right in there, and then boom, we get another big pop off of that. But PPSI's got too shitty of a daily chart. You know, way too shitty of a daily chart. You know, look at the difference in the daily on HGSH. Look at this. This is a 1 year chart. I mean, we're over all of that. We're over all of that. Whereas on PPSI, where's it at? PPSI. If you look at the daily chart on this one, I mean, you got resistance from like a week and a half ago, and then you got lots of resistance from back in October. But I was hoping for a test maybe up to like 675, 7. That's what I was hoping for. For me, that was best case scenario. Henry says he might buy it again at 5 if it holds. We'll see. I'll tell you what, HGSH, man, I might buy this right now. I mean, is it going to go? Okay, I bought some at 510. I don't recommend anybody take that. I don't recommend you follow my trades anyways, but if you do ever follow my trades, do not. Like right now, I don't think it's a good buy. I bought some at 510 on HGSH. FOMO got me. But I'm just going to risk $5. It's either going to squeeze right now or I'm going to get out. And I took a small position. Wasn't big. And it's not even a whole 5. I don't think it's going to hold 5. HGSH. This is probably an overtrade right here. This is an overtrade for sure. So I'm just thinking that, you know, it pulled back and then it squeezed up, you know, just a few minutes ago. So I'm wondering if it's going to pull back to these low 5s, hold that whole dollar number of 5, and then squeeze back right now. We'll see if we can get a volume push. And if it does squeeze and get over high a day, I'll immediately be selling my entire position into that push at 550. If we do get it. And I think we might get it. We might get it. There we go. We might get it. So I'm in at 510. Damn it, my BLNK short. Fuck. Is it going to get over high a day? I don't know. See if the volume comes in. I may just sell it right here in the 520s. It looks kind of stuffy up here. Maybe I'm being impatient, but it's looking stuffy to me. Get my order to sell ready. There we go. Come on, volume. Give us a squeeze. So like right now I want to sell here near high a day because I don't feel like it's going to get through it. But Henry would be like, dude, just wait. Just be patient. But it's not squeezing through it right now. So I don't like it. I'm selling. I'm out. 525. I'm out at 525. And it dumps down to 5 immediately. Wow, I got out just at the right time. So I made like 15 cents there. On a small position. I was hoping that it was going to get through high day, but We'll see if it holds 5. It may hold 5 here. It may chop around and consolidate here near the highs. The longer it trades in this channel between, like, say, like 5 and 540, and it consolidates near the highs, the better. The more likely it'll be to squeeze. Okay, so I'm back in at 510. Gonna risk 5. Might give back the money that I just made on it, but that's all right. This is pure over trading, I feel like, because I've already made some money, but I like the way it's consolidating over 5. I liked it whenever it got slapped down here from when it tested high a day and it got slapped down to 495. I like how it got bought right back up. And look at this trend. See, if you draw a trend line right here, it's putting in higher lows, higher lows. So you had a low here of VWAP, 530s. Another low here, 570s. Another low here, 595 or 495. Oh, BLNK, man. I screwed that one up. So here we go. Looks like it might try to test high day again. Man, I do not trust it. I do not trust it at all. I mean, it is consolidating, but it's up from 375. It's up for more than that. This thing started spiking yesterday afternoon. Wow. From $1.50 to up to 5. Yeah, this thing's probably not going to hold. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. All right. So that was definitely some over trading. I mean, it could hold VWAP here. It could pull back. I don't know. But I've already made my money for the morning. You know, I have things to do also, and so it's better not to be any trade, so I'm not driving around checking my phone every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, pulling over to the side of the road, trying to execute an order. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that, but I don't recommend it. I mean, it's one thing if I have like a good, say I'm already in the stock from a, and I'm letting I already took some profits and I'm letting a winner run, like BLNK. You know, I had a good short from yesterday, and so this is one that I could, you know, just set a stop loss and then leave and just let it work, because I think BLNK might be a multi-day short. It might fade for a few days. Man, we missed Riot, Bison. Up at 10. That's short right there. We missed Riot. $10. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Overextended gap down. Back up to the previous day's high, acting as resistance. Short at that whole dollar number at 10, and then you just fucking fade it. Damn it. Missed that one, bro. That's okay. Must a lot of shit. But the idea was there. Just got sidetracked with PPSI. Can't catch them all. HGSH looks like it might pull back the VWAP here. Man, Riot. We missed that one. That was a good short right there, Bison. Oh. I know it's so weak now. We even had an opportunity on the higher low. Look at this. Pulls back. It bounces right here at like 996. We could have shorted that higher low right there. Now just look at it. Continue to make lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. I'd be covering right here into this dump near low a day. Because, I mean, even if it goes lower, it'll probably bounce off of low a day here. You could bounce up to VWAP and then just chop around and go sideways and trade in a range for the rest of the day until it either A, recovers and comes back, or B, flushes and breaks sideways price action and goes down further. HGSH. My degenerate side is wanting me to buy it again. It's right near VWAP, but I'm not going to. I'll watch it for a little while longer. Right near VWAP. Look at that. HGSH. And PPSI is holding $5. But HGSH definitely the biggest percent gainer of the day. It's up 175%. So this could go higher off of this VWAP. Hasn't even touched VWAP yet. Let's see here. Henry said he's all out at 525. APT looks to break out. APT? APT. APT, yeah, it is breaking out. It's pulling back right now. It's not, I mean, it's breaking out a little bit, like breaking out the high a day, but I mean, there's no real volume. So this is more of a swing trade idea where you would buying it off this consolidation off its lows because it's been getting its ass kicked for, you know, a while. And you buy it and then hope that it comes back up to maybe 13, 14, 15, which I'm not willing to hold these. Wow, HGSH up to 5. Bounced off that 475 area, perfect. So yeah, I would think that'd be more of a swing trade idea than APT, whereas I don't like swinging stuff too much. I try not to, but I swing more things than I want to. And my only real swing trade that I'm holding for multiple days, I have Tesla from $339. And HGSH could hold this 475 area and then just continue going higher. Who knows? I mean, it's up 175% on the day, so you might say to yourself, it's up so much, there's no way it can keep going higher. But from my experience, the bigger percentage that it's up, the more likely that it's going to go higher. Because once you think you can't go up anymore, it does. No, I haven't sold any of my Tesla yet. I've held it all. I've just held it and held it and held it. I told myself when I bought it that I was going to hold it for like a couple years. But maybe that's a bad idea. I think, if I remember correctly, didn't they put out an evaluation, or didn't an analyst put out a thing saying that it's going to 1,000? I don't know. Let me look at the daily on it. TSLA. So I bought it right after the split when it had this dump. Down here, I almost bottom ticked it at 339, and then I've been holding it ever since. Wow, that was already September? So, geez, this is the longest I've held any stock. Other than my mutual funds and my retirement stuff, I've never held a stock this long. This is the only one that I've ever held this long. So, I mean, really, looking at this daily, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, if it pulled back to like 500, I'd probably add. I'd probably add to my position then and hold it. Because I do think that Tesla is the way of the future as far as vehicles are concerned. I mean, if you haven't ever sat in one of those things, you'll be like, wow. It makes like regular vehicles seem so prehistoric. It's like, why am I driving this Ford Ranger? All right, rejected at 5. HGSH. We'll see how it acts here in the 480s. Might buy some right here. Wow, that little pullback just got bought up quick on HGSH. Yeah, I shouldn't be shy about locking in some profits, but I don't know. I think I just want to hold it for a long time. And right now I have such a good entry that... yeah, wow, Bison. You're definitely making me think. And you know what? I don't have a ton of money in it. So I guess since I got a, you know, I've only got $5,000 in it. That's not very much. I got $5,000 in it. That's not very much money. So, I mean, so since I have a small position on it, it's easy to hold it. All right, so things have looked like they're calming down, but just to kind of recap a little bit, I mean, HGSH could certainly go higher because this trend is still intact. Look at all these higher lows. Okay, you got the very low a day right here at 377. It put in another low here at 401, another low here at 428, another low here at 473. I mean, it's the biggest percent gainer on the day. This thing could certainly break out and squeeze again. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying that it's very possible. And also, with PPSI, I mean, PPSI is holding trend too as well. Even though it dumped all the way back down to 5, that's why you sell into strength and take your profits. But it's holding the support at 5. I mean, I wouldn't be like if someone were to buy it right here at say at like 520 and risk $5, I wouldn't say that's a bad trade. I mean, that's a decent. I wouldn't go huge size or anything, but I'm not going to do it because I don't believe in this stock at all. And also, while I'm out, I got to go take care of some business. I'm going to go pick up my new truck. So I don't want to be checking my phone and messing with it. I've already made some money for the day. I'm going to be happy with that. I'm trying to practice being being happy with my profits, whether they meet. Like really, I'm trying to, like every single day, I'm trying to make like 1,000 to 1,500 every single day. But if I only make 500, I need to be happy with that. Like in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 days where I've made about $1,500 and didn't stop trading and ended up giving it all back. So, I mean, like on the week, this week I've made about $5,000, but I had one day this week where I made $1,500 and gave it all back. So I could have been up like over $6,000 on the week, but, you know, I overtraded and didn't, look at that. Look at that. PPSI. Getting up over VWAP. Interesting. I think HGSH is going to go. It's over $5 now. Man. One of them's going to go. I don't know. So I'm trying to work on, you know, I mean, really, the most volatile times of the day are the first 2 hours and the last 2 hours of the market. So where I get chopped up sometimes is time goes by so fast from the market open. When the market opens, I'll be trading, you know, I'll trade for like 2 hours, make some good cash, and then I'll be watching the charts and I'll just go right into another trade. And that's where the overtrading starts. And I just go from one to the other, to the next, to the next. And then I'm like, man, I just gave back half my profits. Or I just gave back, you know, I made 1,000. I just gave back, 400. So I'm trying to work on, okay, I had my morning session. It's pretty much, I've been trading for about an hour now. Caught a nice morning spiker. Missed a short, missed another spike, but that's okay. We saw it, we watched it. It was fun. But now step away, and then come back this afternoon. Speaking of which, also, so I remember last week I said that my live streams were going to be on Fridays now in the mornings, but I can't because my wife went back to work and I didn't consider that. And so now on Fridays, my wife took both my kids to school this morning, but normally on Fridays I'm gonna have to take my 3-year-old to school. So normally at the time we'd be doing the live stream, I will be getting her ready, so I won't be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to switch to Power Hour live streams. We're gonna have to go to Power Hour live streams, which I'm actually really excited about, because if we do Power Hour live streams, I'll have 0 distractions. The wife will be at work, kids will be at daycare. Then there's been some good squeezes in Power Hour. There's been some good opportunities, and I haven't done too many live streams on the Power Hour, so I'm kind of excited. That'll be fun to do some of those. So as far as which day of the week, I mean, Friday's a good day. I'm thinking probably Wednesdays, because I don't work at all on Wednesdays. I don't work at all on Wednesdays, so that's probably a pretty good day to do it. But then sometimes on Wednesdays I go play poker. So I'm not really sure. I'll have to, you know what, I'll try to, a lot of times when you set up in YouTube, when you set up the live stream, you can set it up, you can schedule the date, so then people can see, oh, he's going to be doing a live stream on this date. So I'll try to get that set up with like at least 48 hours before, because sometimes I don't set it up till like today. I didn't set up the live stream and do all the stuff, get everything going until like minutes before we were going live. But I can set that up like 2 or 3 days before, so anybody that wants to tune in has an opportunity to look and see, oh yeah, he's going to go live on Wednesday, or he's going to go live on Monday, he's going to go live on Friday. And then after I do it a few times, I might be able to figure out which day is the best. Because I'm pretty busy. I got a lot of stuff going on all the time, I got my business to run, I got a family, and, and trading, so I got a lot of pokers in the fire. I'm definitely not bored, that's for damn sure. Definitely not bored. But for right now, I'm going to go pick up my new truck. We'll let these plays play out. It's moving into midday. We'll let HGH, we'll see if HGSH, I keep saying HGH, like human growth hormone. But yeah, HGSH. We'll see if that holds up over VWAP. See if it squeezes. I hope it does. We'll see if PPSI can hold over 5. Hope this squeezes. I mean, man, PPSI looks like a nice buy right here off this support of $5. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be driving down the road checking my phone. Okay? And we're getting a bounce on Riot, Bison. For the short sellers out there. Look at that bounce. Remember I was talking about if I was short, I said I would cover right here near low a day because it's probably going to bounce up to VWAP. And also, this is red to green. I kind of want to take the short right here and then set the stop loss just over red to green. All right, I did what I said I wasn't gonna do. I took the short on Riot right here on this bounce, and I'm just gonna risk red to green because it got rejected by red to green perfectly at 966. I took it at 960, so I'm gonna risk 6 cents on it, and I don't have a big position size either. In fact, I wish I had a bigger position size. But if it stays red on the day and it stays heavy, then I'll stay in the trade. But I'm going to set the stop loss on it at 967. So I'm not risking much. So if it does go against me, it doesn't cut too much into my profits. Okay, I got the stop loss in. Henry says hi from work. Boom, duo. Did it go? DUO. Oh, wow. Jeez. Nice call, Henry. Look at that. Holy shit. What a fucking squeeze. Yes, Duo was that super volatile one. Look at this thing. It went to $129 in one day. How dumb is that? How does that happen? Boom, Duo. I think Henry's in from like 850 or something. Haha, that's hilarious. I don't know if he can hear me. Damn. Also, I have to type it. Damn, nice call. On Duo. Henry says, Brian, you need to look at your text more. I know I do, huh? Actually, I have the text up right here. I have it on my phone. It's like I have it up, just sitting up on my, and so I've been looking at them, Henry. I've been reading them. This morning I have, but yeah, prior to today, sometimes I get caught up trading and I don't even look at the texts. But yeah, you're right. I do need to look at them more. HGSH just taking a fucking shit on us. Down to the 450s. I'm glad I didn't get back in. Oh, that's sad, HGSH. Was hoping you'd hold up. I'll let this Riot work out a little bit. This may I mean, if it closes low a day or gets through low a day, I'll swing this to tomorrow or to Monday. Henry says he has wish sells at 20, 30, and 50. He's long from 750. 100 shares. That's hilarious. You know what, though? With this stock, Duo, I mean, this thing went to 129, so it's possible for this thing to go. Damn, up to 10 bucks. What a weird stock. Is it halted? I think it's halted. Duo. Oh, yeah, it's halted for sure. Wow. Oh, it's unhalted now. Wow, it's squeezing. You got halted again. Jeez, Henry. Why did you think to buy this one? I mean, it wasn't doing anything before this big push. Wow, there's shares to short on it too. Not that I recommend shorting it because this thing is so volatile. I mean, yeah, I don't recommend shorting this at all right now. This thing is so volatile. I mean, it could go to like 30, 40, 50. It could totally. And the last time that when it went to 100, this is exactly what it did. It would squeeze up, get halted, squeeze up, get halted, squeeze up, get halted. So if you try to short into that strength and then get halted and it squeezes up and gets halted again and you can't get out fast enough, that could get expensive. Man, well, I hope it goes to 20, 30, 50 for you, Henry. You're in at 750 and you only got 100 shares and it's already at 12. I mean, Christ, you've already made 500 bucks on it. That's fantastic. How the hell? Okay, when I look at the daily chart, oh, because it gapped up. That's why it got on your radar. It gapped up. It gapped up, and then it gets over this pivot point at $8. Yeah, I see it. Look at the daily. So it gapped up today. That put it on his radar. And then once it gets over $8, gets over that pivot point on the daily, it's fucking... Good night, Irene. See? Yeah, gapped up. He must have got in the pre-market. He's like, oh yeah, this one's gapping up. He remembered seeing it a long time ago. He remembered the potential of this former runner. Oh, PPSI just took a big shit. Down to 5. So that was a nice call, Henry. Henry's having a record month this month. This is his biggest month he's ever had. So he's been trading well and he's been killing it lately. I want to see what... I was just about to cut the live stream, and then this happens with Duo. I kind of want to see what happens. So, it should open here in just any second now. He had an alert set at 750. Oh. So, according to level 2, it looks like it's going to gap up again and go over 12. And he's got sell orders in at 20. You haven't sold any at all yet? Not even like a quarter of it? I mean, shit, you've already made 500 bucks on it. I would think. I'm going to ask him, have you sold any? I don't know if he can hear me or not. Have you sold any? Meanwhile, Riot's fading down the 940s. Man, is this a 10-minute halt? This thing's halted forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This may be a 10-minute halt. The last halt was 5 minutes. Let me see. They usually tell. Let's see here. It says set to resume in 30 seconds, but that was 2 minutes ago, so must be a 10-minute halt. Okay, Henry hasn't sold any yet. He says if it hits 50, he's going to make like $3,000 with his sells. So I guess $20 is his first goal. Now, I think that's a little ambitious. I mean, it could certainly go to 50, but I mean, this thing could also drop just as fast as it could drop just as fast as it goes up. I mean, I would take a quarter out right now at 12. He says he's hoping FOMO will start. Man, this thing's taking forever to open back up. I mean, it did go to 100, so golly. So if we look back on the daily chart, let's look at some of the resistance. It's had some failed spikes. So it had a failed spike way back in June. It went to 15.83, almost 16. And then it's had some other failed spikes. Had another one in July. It went to 11. And then some smaller ones. He hasn't sold any yet, so we'll see. If it ever unhalts, Jesus. I currently have no positions. I decided to cover my Riot here at 940 just because I don't want to pay attention to it. So I just took my 20 cents and I don't want to think about it. I can always come back later today. I think it'll chop around anyways. It'll probably come back up and retest VWAP. So come on. This thing's been halted forever. Henry says he's not missing the big one like he did with SPI. Because he sold too early on SPI. And so, okay, so now it's open. It looks like it's about to dump right now. Maybe not. Yep. It's dumping. It dumped. Bummer. Okay, I took a short on it at 11.50. And I have an order to add at 11.36. I don't think I'm going to get it though. And I didn't even get a full execution. Well, it might. There you go.
IPO is now trading.
Maybe this is a bad idea. I'm going to risk high a day. Alright, there we go. It's dumping down to 11. I'm going to try to cover down here near VWAP. Okay, I got a cover order in at 11. Missed it. So this might hold up and squeeze. I missed my cover down there by near VWAP. See right down near VWAP? But it could dump right here. In fact, I'm going to cancel that $11 order and maybe put it closer to 10.50. What's it gonna do? Alright, I got an order at $11 to cover. I got execute. I'm out at 11. So I made a little bit more there. Nothing too crazy. I wonder if he had he had 1,000 shares of SPI at $1.80 pre-market that day. Oh, brutal! And I forgot what it went to. SPI. What did SPI go to? It went really high. I made some money on that. SPI. Look at the daily. Yeah, here it is. Went to 46. I remember that day. Henry. He's been carrying that with him. He's been carrying that shit with him for a while. Been thinking about that. So I'm glad I covered. I might try to short this bounce. And then risk $12. So let's put in this little bull flag. Alright, I just got executed at 11.60. I'm going to risk 12. See if it rolls over and dumps or goes higher. I think it's going to dump down a little bit below VWAP. There we go. Got bought up right there at 11. It likes 11. Is it going to hold 11? Looks like it wants to hold 11, huh? All right, I'm going to get out. I don't trust it. It could squeeze out. I'm out at 11:30. I just think it squeeze. And once this thing, like, say it pops over 12, I mean, it's going to go to 13 in fucking no time at all. So, and I need to be done anyways. I said like 3 times, I need to be done. That was cool. He did make 1,500 in SBI that day, but could have made like 19,000. Was it? I had a day like that where I was long Kodak, KODK, from like $11, and the next day, see, look, day 1 right here, or day 2, I was along, I got long in the after hours. I got $11. The next morning, it went to 60. I got long. I bought 1,000 shares at like $11 and sold 1,000 shares at like $12.50. Made $1,500. I was all happy. If I hold till the next morning, 9:30, I make like 50 grand. So, you know, I feel your pain, but there's nothing wrong with selling into strength and taking your profits. Look at that. I think it's going to get over. It might get, DUO might get over 12 now. We're going to get over 12. Nope. DUO rejected by 12. So it might roll over here. And judging from the daily chart, it's had a lot of days where it spiked up a few bucks and then just failed. Look at all these. 6 to 775, fail, fail. Here's this one right here from the 10s up to the 16s, and then it closed at its lows. But it has had a long time to consolidate and kind of go sideways. So, oh, it's over 12 now. Sweet. Oh, it's going to 13. Look at that. Woo! Henry might get his 20. Who knows? Man, there we go, 13. Is it going to get over 13? I think it is. There's 13.24. Look at Duo. Newsletter on Duo. Oh, it just got halted again. I think it did. Yeah, Duo looks like the play of the day right now. I think it's halted. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is halted. Has to be halted. Yeah, it's halted. Brian says, what are you in, Brian? Brian, thank you, Henry. I'm long from 11. I don't blame you, Brian. I'd get out too. But, I mean, this stock is so volatile, and it's on people's radar now. I'm seeing it in the chat. It's Investors Underground chat. I mean, I see that ticker a lot. And it's in the Sykes chat too. Duo on fire. So this is definitely on people's radar right now. Last time it ripped to over 100. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom while this is halted. All right. Got some water. We'll see what's going to happen. Let's see here. Another volatility halt. WHLM. It's another volatility halt. It's Friday. WHLM. from 4 to 480. Yeah, you know what? So I was covering my short because it was holding this $11 mark. That was an excellent entry there, buying. Excellent entry. I was covering at 11 because it really wasn't busting through VWAP and it wasn't breaking down. So, I mean, if I'm buying to cover right there, that was actually a pretty good spot to buy. I should have flipped once I covered. I should have flipped and went long right there for this squeeze up to 13 because I knew once. Oh, it's open. I knew once it got over 12 that it was gonna go. So it looks like it's pulling back some. But it might get bought up over here over 1250. Big dump right there. Oh, come on. Is it halted on the way down now? It is halted on the way down. That's annoying. And Riot continues to go lower. Fuck. Buying or Bison. We whiffed that trade, man. We whiffed it. Golly, I'm so annoyed with myself with Riot. Oh, overextended gap down. It gaps down. It bounces. Short the bounce here at 10. Whole dollar number. Cover down here near low a day. Cover most of it. It bounces. Add to the position here at VWAP. And then it continues to cracks through low a day. And you just fade it all the way down. I'd probably be covering the rest right down here in the low 9s. Or you hold it and swing it to Monday. Damn, missed a great short opportunity there. Overextended gap down. OEGD. My favorite short setup. So this thing's halted again, and my dog needs to go potty. She's looking at me. I'll be right back. Come on. So it's still halted. All right, so what's it gonna do? Duo. Still halted, pulling back a little bit. Did you sell some, buying? Oh, I didn't get. I did. Okay, let's see here. Catch up on the chat. I think if it has news, buy out Warren Buffett. At least that someone, Weeble said. Thank you. I'm long from 11. I think I'm going to get out. I did get halted. My shares didn't get executed yet. Is it? So you're still long buying? You haven't sold your shares yet? I'm curious. This may gap down, actually. Come on, unhalt, man. I do think, though, by the end of the day, that this thing probably ends up back where it started or close to it. I think it will probably end up back down in the, like, 8s, 9s, or 10s. Because even though it has a history of squeezing like crazy, it definitely has a history of giving it right back. So, we'll see. I put my order at 13. You know what, Brian? You might want to put it just below 13. Because I agree that it will get it will most likely, like, even if it dips right here after the halt, it'll probably bounce. And it may get close to 13 but not quite hit 13. So, you know, if your goal is 13, maybe you put it in at like 1290 or 1295 or something. So just in case it doesn't hit that 13 and it gets close to it on the bounce, you still get executed. Ouch. I stubbed my freaking toe putting the dog outside. On the concrete. That hurt. Man, I really gotta go soon. We're having too much fun here, though. I want to see what happens with Duo. On the level 2, I'm showing like lots of orders like in the low 12, so I'm thinking it might gap down. Oh, buying's completely out. Oh, it took me out at 13, and you're in at 11. That's $2 a share, man. That's awesome. In like 5 minutes. Nice trade. Damn, HGSH sold off all the way down to $4. Woo! Glad I didn't hold that. Come on. Fucking halt it forever. Well, now on the level 2 I'm seeing looks like it might gap up. Maybe not. So it's been halted. Duo set to resume in 30 seconds. And it gaps down. So it's right near VWAP. We'll see how it holds here at VWAP. I'm probably going to short a bounce. So if it bounces up to close to 13, I'm taking a short on it. I put an order at $12.91. I might not get it though. It might just die right here. Come on, bounce. Oh, you piece of shit. I don't want to chase it down here. I can't chase a short down here. There ain't no way in hell. It's got to bounce before I can short it. Alright, it's getting bought up a little bit. Come on. Nope. Bummer. Well, I don't think it's going to bounce. I mean, it could, but... Wow, we're down to low 11s now. I hope Henry sold some into that push at 13. Buying's completely out. I'll ask him in the chat, see if he sold some. Did you sell any, Henry? I don't think he can hear me because I think he can just only watch the chat because he's at work. So it's finding some support now. It looks like it might bounce. I put an order at $12.47. Yes, that's a good idea, buying. I'm done. I'm about done for the day too. I said that an hour ago almost. And this thing doesn't look like it's gonna bounce at all. It might just fade. I don't know. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I already made money for the day. I got stuff to do. It was fun. Next week we're gonna start doing Power Hour live streams. Yeah, next we're going to have Power Hour live streams. So, yes, that's a good stopping point. It was fun. Good times today. You guys have a great weekend. And I'll be back next week. I'll try to post whenever I know exactly which Power Hour, which day I'm going to do the Power Hour. I will say that we'll probably do it, start the live stream. Let's see here. Probably about 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we have about 2.5 hours to sit there and watch the market. So we don't miss anything. We're in a good gap, a good window to catch any high day breaks, any VWAP holds, any squeezes. So you guys be well. Thank you for tuning in. Henry says, looks like it's building a base at 11. He's such a believer, isn't he? He's such a believer. Bless his soul. And I'm such a non-believer. See, I don't even think it's going to get to 1250, but it probably will. Yeah, it's starting to squeeze up now. Well, got rejected there by 12. Oh, it's over 12 now. So, anyways, I'm out. I'll see you guys later.